All right, and so at the start, we have MrMorec picking up Shang with the first seed, first pick, but Alligator following in suit with Yamato. We've been seeing Yamato more as we get to the later stages of the tournament. Karth picked up again, yep. Interestingly, leaving Romans open for MrMorec. I suspect a Morin. Ooh, no Romans for MrMorec, leaving Romans down for Ali. That's interesting. Grabbing Phoenician. A lot of players well, not a lot. Certain players have been prioritizing Phoenicians over others, which has been interesting. I mean, Shang has been the undisputed #1 pick, but leaving Romans for Ali has to feel dicey now for Morek's draft. He's gonna have to do something specific here. But do you guys see that flickering? What is that? The hell is that? You guys see that flickering? Wasn't just me? Okay. Foe wood bonus is. I'm not saying foe is bad, but Persians as well from work. I mean, all these top safe. These are probably my top 6 for 1v1s, right? So it's like, it's not like the order is that surprising, right? Like you could probably argue anything. Minoans have been really dominant so far on inland. In a lot of these sets, right? Minoans have just been performing super well. Picking up Hittites as the counter to Minoans only works sometimes. I'd be nervous about that pick on inland. That's always an exciting game. So game 1 could be really spicy. Saving their 4th picks for the game 1, but kind of makes sense as we head into the final round of the draft. Cho! Ali picks up Cho. Oh, that's dangerous. And MrMorec Baller plays Palmy. We're gonna get a Palmy pick in the tournament. This is the first time. This is the first time we've seen Palmy in the tournament, other than the time it got randomed in a draft on accident. This is really, really hype because I think it just leaves a lot of opportunities. I have no idea what to think about this draft anymore. Um, Definitely expecting Hittite versus Minnow on Inland. That would be my first guess. Hill Country though could start to go any way. We might see Shang versus Roman on Hill Country. Then Oasis, I feel like Ali kind of pigeonholed himself into picking either Yam or Karth there. I don't really think you take Cho on Oasis. Meanwhile, Morek has the pretty obvious Persian pick for Oasis, meaning Conti. He has Phoenician or Palmy. Maybe he's rolling the dice on Palmy on Conti, leaving Phoenician for the final Highland game. That could be kind of his draft strategy here. Alligator, I'm not as certain, right? Obviously, it's inland game 1, so Minnow would be the pretty obvious choice. I mean, maybe Yamato if he's thinking differently
Yes.
than other players have in this tournament so far, but without further ado, guys, let's dive into the first game. I mean, why are we waiting, right? Why are we waiting? Let's dive in. We have our players, lots of spectators in here. It looks like Morek is Phoenician and Alligator picked Yamato. So I was completely wrong about my game 1 predictions. That was only based on a few other rounds prior, but it happens as we dive into the first game. So I thought it would be Minnow versus Hittite, and the players are like, no, 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 no. We have a better plan. In yellow versus green, Baltoon, I said good color combos. I just want to say that this is horrible. As we zoom out, we have Phoenician here for Morek. But yellow versus green is impossible. Okay, whatever. We're gonna have to change that for game 2. Morek with Phoenician. Let's see what he can get. Really nice strags with Phoenician is always golden. He's got easy gazelle push into elephants. This is a wild map. Welcome Pana. And Alligator. Ooh, really nice EM map for Ali. This this could be spicy. And the green pieces spawning on the right side of the map. He's got these berries are a bit awkward, but 3 elephants, easy gazelle push, really nice wood lines for defense. Like he can pit here for 1 shorefish, and it's really safe. But the map is quite strange, right? So if we follow the river, there's the one crossing here, and then another crossing is further along, right? I believe all the way over to here. Like this is a really spicy mini map, right? A really spicy mini map with 2 crossings on opposite sides. Alligator kind of has easier access to this crossing, but I mean, Morek could potentially sneak some bills around the top. Big ocean here, big ocean there, and big ocean in the north. So this is ooh, I'm a little nervous for these players. This is a dicey map. This is a dicey map. MrMorec now getting his Gazelle lure to his town center. So we are in the quarterfinals of this tournament. We have a best of 5 ahead of us. The players have access to 2 restarts. These 2 restarts can be used basically before 3 minutes. It's generally to identify, bugged maps. Neither player will be using one here because they both have pretty good maps. And we're past that 3-minute mark anyway, so we're off to the races. And oh my gosh, Alligator. I missed the Vil because it's green. It's green. He's got the Vil coming across the map, and we'll see. It's quite close now to MrMorec's base. Could be spotting this house and bouncing off of it. Yeah, so he's gonna get spotted by MrMorec for sure here. MrMorec definitely sees this Vil. He's letting it pop. I mean, Alligator's being very bold. I know you have the move speed, but I guess MrMorec's just not even gonna chase him, knowing that Yam will run away. But oh, he's gonna let him lame the Gazelle. Oh, that's huge. That's actually huge, and MrMorec hasn't spotted the 3 elephants yet. So his Gazelle are pushed away, which makes his start very awkward. Very awkward. That's BM. BM indeed. Meanwhile, Alligator back at home getting his Gazelle lure nicely. I'm a little confused though. Only 1 on Strags. Is he gonna have a pit in time? It's 94 wood, 104 wood now. Like he built this house, but I mean, I guess he's gonna get a pit just at the timing he needs. But it feels a little late. Feels a little late if you ask me. Meanwhile, MrMorec adding his pit on the left side here. Gator still being super annoying as MrMorec finds his final Gazelle. And leaving these 3 elephants out here is going to be a really big missed opportunity for MrMorec because Alligator surely can't miss these, right? Those are coming in sooner or later, if not now, right? Yeah, I think he's sending the Vil now to grab those. And 1 Vil on Shorefish trying to assist the age up time. So looks like Allie going for a 20 pop click. He might be a bit late. Looks like he got housed a bit. Meanwhile, MrMorec going to be going for a 19 pop click. He's going to be roughly the same time. So Allie's going to be a little ahead. A little ahead in this game. Meanwhile, I think his Vil is camping out somewhere. Camping out in this corner. Could run into another lion, but he's feeling okay. MrMorec going to be adding that dock. Only 1 fish here, though. Actually, no, there's 3 fish. Sorry, I'm blind. Completely blind. There's 3 fish on the right of this dock and 1 on the left. So this is a nice opening dock for him. Going to be supporting his eco. Meanwhile, I hear mining. He's got 2 Vils on the stone. Oh, maybe he's just going to try and pit over here to Gravity's Gazelle. Meanwhile, I'm not seeing Allie's barracks just yet. It'll be coming down soon, though. MrMorec, of course, going to have a much later Rax because he's going for that dock early in the game. Allie thinking about camping this hill with maybe his rush. I think this makes sense. The timings. Allie's actually a little behind. Looks like he had trouble with his click. He pulled 1 Vil. Working on the second one.
CFTW.
Scarface, what's up, man? Good to see you. Glad to see you were able to make the Twitch event. Usually you're on YouTube, I believe. As now MrMorec adds his barracks and Allie adds his. So this is interesting. Usually you expect the player without the dock to have the infrastructure lead, but we kind of talked about it earlier. Like, his pit was kind of late. He got a decent click with 1 more Vil for it, but something must have gone a bit wrong with his Strags. Maybe I missed it, but maybe he had bad Strags. I mean, it's also Phoenician, right? That extra wood bonus going really far here. MrMorec adding 2 racks here. Still no pit on the stone, just content to long hauling it for now. It's now Allie gonna have to deal with the barracks of MrMorec defensively. MrMorec gonna have to deal with some Axemen, it looks like. Alligator queuing up the armor upgrade before Axemen. Axemen on the way as well, though, so it's gonna be 2 Axe Rush. We'll see what the follow-up is. No, there's a 3rd Axeman coming in. Oh my gosh, Scarface, thank you for the subs. Hello, everybody. As now, MrMorec gonna be in a dicey spot here. The clubbers have armor, but no attack. Still no axe upgrade, so the Vils will be kind of okay to fight this. MrMorec with the slinger in the back as well, assisting with some fire. Now he's got 2 slings, but the axe upgrade is in attack. right behind it, an Axeman coming around the north as well. Gonna catch these slings on the north. MrMorec kind of stubbornly not walling here yet. No quick walls from him. Does he have the food? Is he missing something? Stone upgrades coming in, more slingers coming in. He's gonna have to fight with the Vills. And his sling's gonna get caught in the bottom. This is really, really bad for MrMorec because he needs his sling count to be growing. The Axemen are keeping the sling count low. His entire economy caught in this little corner, and he's gonna be caught fighting these Axemen one at a time, but he's getting really good surrounds with the villagers. Look at the peons whipping out the bones and smacking these green Axemen. I don't think I can say that out loud. And now the Axemen going to be brought down to just one on the offense again, as 3-4 slingers for MrMorec do stand, but looks like 3 or 4 deaths already for MrMorec. Absolutely no offensive power here. There is a Vil now on the front. There is a fishing boat or two now at this dock, but Alligator wisely adding his dock in Yamato with that extra HP on the ships could be really powerful. One scout ship could spell disaster for MrMorec in this game, as now the Axemen heading south towards the TC could find their way to the stone mine. MrMorec sadly leaving all 3 elephants untouched for him. Really brutal stuff. Really brutal stuff. Yeah, thanks for all the gift subs there. That was really awesome, Scarface. That was really, really awesome. Sorry I didn't really get to let you enjoy that moment as the game got pretty hype. Oh, he hit the lion into the Axeman. He like scared the lion into the Axeman. That was a new trick. I've never seen that done before in AoE1. I don't know if it was fully intentional, but it happened. That was really cool, actually. Did you guys see that? He hit the lion, and it ran away from the slingers, and booked it straight into the Axeman where it aggroed the Axeman. That was really fun. Now, talking about the game, though, Alligator, he got some damage. Let's check the KD. Let's check the ecos here. So it was 8-5. So Alligator lost a lot of his Axemen in this attack, but behind this, he's secured himself a decent Vil lead. MrMorec now has the military lead with this massive slings, but it's just kind of sitting here. It's gonna have to camp these racks for a bit until there's more numbers, more mass for MrMorec, and then he can move on. Still long hauling the stone is a spicy choice, but I guess all wood has to be going to the economy right now. Yeah, 4 fishing boats now. Still no scout ship for Ali, but he's added a second dock, so if it did come down to a water war, you'd be in a good spot. Meanwhile, a new barracks on the other side of this means that Ali gonna add his defensive barracks. He's even spotted this barracks, which is really nice for him. Still no stone upgrade for him, which is something that MrMorec has already invested in. And these barracks are just completely camped now. So I guess Alligator has to be happy with how that opening went for him. I guess that's what he has to have. Some contentness here, right? He's got to be happy. Are these games played in normal or fast speed? We're playing on 1.5, which I believe is called fast. I think it goes normal, fast, and then fastest. So I believe it's just fast. We're at the medium speed. But I think most players, colloquially, if that's a word I can say, most players would say that this is the normal speed. That 1.0 is slow, and 2.0 is like very fast, right? This is just kind of the standard game speed. 1.0, when you play it, you feel it. It's maybe it's good for learning the game or just sitting back and enjoying, but if you're trying to get through a match, you don't want to be spending, 40 minutes just to get to Bronze Age, right? Yeah, there's a good amount of games types that actually do happen on 2.0 speed. There's several, like definitely the Chinese setting, the KOR, I believe, happens at 2.0, I think. Um, D3KT happens at 2.0, so there's definitely rule sets, but for our standard for the Classic Cup, we just play on like normal random map, which is just 1.5 speed. Yeah, there's just so much going on as we do have these 2 scout ships now coming out from Alley. Looks like they are just going to be sitting defensively for the time being, but if he navigates north up the river, he'll catch out one of MrMorec's ships. MrMorec doesn't have additional ships to help defend. MrMorec did add that dock there. Meanwhile, MrMorec did bring some slings over, killed that one slinger of Ali. Ali potentially, is he going to get caught with this transition? Only 6 slingers to defend. Let's see his eco. 47 pop to 51 for MrMorec, so MrMorec still has that slinger lead. We'll see how this goes. Ali walling the north side, maybe going to wall the south, just try and consolidate. As we do have a bit of a scout ship micro, little battle there. 2-on-1, easy for Yamato. That extra HP going a long way. And MrMorec's going to have to retreat his fishing boats and give up a little bit of his economy. Meanwhile, a huge sling mass still brewing. He's managed to clear out the barracks, and he's added a lot of his own economy at home. So it should be a pretty good situation for him. Bit of a standoff here. The players obviously don't see each other, but I think now with that scout ship on the north, he's going to be able to catch this Vil. He misses it, but Alligator saw the slings, so yeah, this is going to be dicey. It looks like MrMorec's just going to be content to try and attack to this wood line, letting this Vil wall up behind him. One slinger will go down basically for free, and maybe we'll get a bit of damage here. Nice little raid here for MrMorec. Maybe going to try and neutralize that land Vil count. As now we have the march of the slingers heading north across the land. Maybe trying to camp this crossing for those two scout ships, as now he pulls back, getting one Vil kill. These 4 slings should be cleaned up, but with the scout ship help, maybe they can take a good position. Alligator finally getting that stone upgrade, giving himself the opportunity to match the range, at least, of these slings of MrMorec. MrMorec taking a decent trade. It's honestly not great, but the scout ship adding a lot of damage here. Really good for him. It's really nice for Ali that he's controlling this crossing, and MrMorec hasn't walled this or noticed this, right? So he might be thinking that this is still the only crossing, which just isn't the case. And so hoping for his sake that he figures that out eventually, because if he doesn't, it could be very dangerous. Meanwhile, ooh, spicy. This axeman from before, he was idle next to these elephants, and Alligator wisely brings him back, and it's just going to be that little bit of nuisance while MrMorec's trying to navigate his army across the map, as he does run into one slinger, it looks like, went down. Another painter comes through, and MrMorec going to try and take this engagement with the scout ships. Does get the 2-on-1. Is going to get this down to 9 HP. That Yamato HP coming in clutch. Literally just having the 24 more HP is so big. It's such a big bonus in Tool Age. As now 2 more ships from Alligator come to join the fight. It's going to be tricky for MrMorec as these slings now wrap around, finally joining this assault. Another group of slings has been massed, and I don't know. I mean, Alligator seems to be taking this very casually. Doesn't seem too concerned at all with the forward pressure. And is he even close to bronze? Like, I don't think so. He did just click, but that's a ways away. Still not on gold, and this is a massive army. He's completely open. This could be game ending here for Alligator if he's not careful. We're going to have to see some more slings queued up. Some panic stables brought down. He needs to get onto the gold fast. One of his golds is forward, and the other is not too far away. If MrMorec spots this, he could deny even the first cavalry from coming out. Yamato with the cheaper cav going to be necessary here to deal with this amount of slings in his base, but he's going to have to idle the farms. He's going to potentially lose all the Vils in the north. Maybe he can delete and rebuild the wall here and escape out the north, but that's still going to mean that the gold is going to be under pressure. Only 20 gold in the bank. 1 cavalry alone would be huge, but I don't think he's even going to get that unless this fight here goes really well for him. More slingers being queued up on the river. Looks like Alligator getting held back by the scout ships of MrMorec, but he's got 4, so he'll definitely win this engagement unless he gets caught without micro. Meanwhile, the stone Vils, the gold Vils, the wood Vils, the food Vils, all running north. The entire economy is idled by MrMorec here, and there might even be a chance for, you know, a continued attack. There's a storage pit here for MrMorec. Like, this isn't a very safe area for Alligator's Villas to go, and he loses all of his slingers defensively, and his entire economy idled on the run. Not enough gold for 1 cav. Actually, is that cav 46 gold for Yamato? Is it 46 gold? Oh, I forget. I don't think the tech tree dynamically updates, right? It might be 46 gold, but I don't think he even has a stable. This is really, really brutal. His entire eco is just idle, except for these fishing boats, which are also idle. He's run out of fish. Oh, he's winning on the water, though. It looks like he's going to take a really decisive fight here. Queues up 3 swordsmen. These aren't going to do anything. As the Vils come running back with some more wood, they're just going to walk into the slaughter den as, slaughter den. That sounds like a horrific, like, Saw movie. Ugh. As he does go back to the gold. These first swordsmen coming out, but they're just going to get microed down. One guy gets a massive slap on that slinger. Just absolutely claps him to the ground. As now, I think MrMorec's going to easily be able to take these fights. These swordsmen aren't going to do much here. They're a decent unit, but without the broadsword upgrade, they're really not going to contribute too much. I mean, other than being some pressure. Meanwhile, it looks like MrMorec caught Alligator on a rough right click. Looks like he was attacking the dock and doesn't accomplish much with that. Meanwhile, Slinger's at home, and MrMorec behind this. Is he bronzing? Indeed he is. He's 50% the bronze, and given the damage he's dealt now, the 3 more swordsmen just die without accomplishing anything. The Vils on the gold gonna go down as well. This is just so brutal here for Alligator, who's got his Vils on the wood up here, trying to add something. Does get more, finally gets enough wood for a storage pit on the north. And he's going to have to give up sea pretty soon if MrMorec can keep producing boats. MrMorec as well has the ships on the sea on the north, and GG gets called. Really nice game 1. It's 54 gold? Oh, thanks. Yeah, sorry. I forgot what to say. It's 54 gold for the first cav for Alligator. What an intense game. This is going to be really hard for Alligator now. Losing that Yamato pick. 54 to 41. Really well played there by MrMorec. That timing on the bronze was really brutal. Alligator, I feel like, didn't respect. I feel like Alligator really didn't respect how dangerous MrMorec's army was. He knew there was a massive sling army, and he didn't wall. He didn't, like, have a plan at the start of bronze. Like, he didn't get to bronze and have a bank of gold and 2 stables ready to go, right? He kind of got to bronze and was kind of in shambles. And that let his whole eco going idle, and that's just devastating. Game 2 on the way. So if we take a look, we can take a look at the bracket as I update the scoreboard. Not the bracket, sorry, the draft. So on our draft, we had Phoenicians coming out on top. Oops, Phoenicians coming out on top over Yam. That's pretty tough. Yamato's a really strong civ. I mean, Phoenicians is great economically and everything, but it's not like particularly amazing at these maps, and especially on water maps. I mean, maybe it is amazing. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. All civs are good in the right hands with the right strat, right? I love that we have this though, and that players are picking. It's fun to talk about. Really good stuff there from our players as we dive into the second game. Nice Palmy logo. Yeah, we couldn't find a picture of the camel online, so that's what we had to use. That website we're using, it needs like a URL, and none of the valid camel URLs worked, Billy. Isn't that funny? So like there's just nowhere where it has it. Like the AoE wiki website didn't work for some reason. Oh, Frizzle still coming in strong with support for Alligator. Let's see. Let's see then. I'm not sure. That game, MrMorec looked dominant. I'll be honest. MrMorec just boldly stating his sim pick, but I guess Alligator's not in the lobby. Oh boy. It's a weird question, Billy. And no, I'm not in my 30s. I'm in my 20s. Baltoon, Jesus. Y'all are weird.
That gum. Yes.
Alright, we're hopping into game 2 soon. Alligator didn't realize there was another crossing. I guess that's why he thought he was walled. Likes and knows AoE1 can't be that young either. I started young, you know. There's a lot of really young. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's watch the chats there, Billy. Yeah, we've got some youngins. Got some youngins. I think isn't Song like 19? Like, don't we have some young players? Yeah, Blackbold's 20. Yeah. What are these guys talking about? Oh man.
Yes.
Let's just focus on the games, guys.
Yes.
As we go, we got Palmy versus Roman coming up next on Hill Country. Is this Hill Country or Highland? I forget now the draft order. Oh my gosh, it's tough. Yeah, this is Hill Country, right? We do have Highland later, and the maps are so similar. But yeah, let's dive in. We got Palmy, Morec with Palmy. Gonna try his best. Usually Palmy not the most reliable civ, so it's generally avoided by players in the tournament. But Morec has never shied away from the civ. He loves the civ. It's a great civ. It has a really high potential, right? So when played perfectly, it's amazing. But something you'll find in AoE1 is that oftentimes the map gens don't give you that luck you need. If you just have bad spawns, weird generations, you could find that even to no fault to yourself, Palmy just falls behind. So players don't like to take that risk in tournaments generally. But Morec, feeling confident, goes for it. Now we have the players in blue and red. Thank you to our wonderful admins for managing that. Yeah, exactly, Genus. Like Palmy Tool Wars are amazing. If, right? Right. That's why it's rarely picked in tournaments. Is because you had to put an if after that. If you just say Shang is amazing in Tool Age, there's no if, right? It's just Shang is amazing in Tool End. Shang is amazing in Tool Age. Period. Palmy is amazing, maybe better than Shang. You could even say that. Palmy is amazing, potentially better than Shang. If, and then no matter what you put after that sentence, it immediately kind of becomes a riskier choice in tournament play, right? So we'll see. I mean, I still think it's a great. I mean, I love the Civ, and I'm really glad that Morc is giving it some love here. Um, I love Camel Civs; they're really fun. Hill Country probably one of the best Palmy maps. Yeah, I guess because you have wall ability, and it looks like Palmy gonna be calling the restart. Morc not feeling it. Die for love, maybe. We'll see. Morc's already up 1-0 as Morc calls the restart. He has access to 2 restarts. He called it just in time at 3 minutes. I think I think he might be a little sad about that restart. This map wasn't that bad. Was it? Maybe he had a different mistake in there that we missed. He's down only 1 vil. I think he's just looking for something and he didn't get it, and he just didn't want to risk being in a corner of the map. TK loves the 532 click with Palmy with 12 vils. I mean, there's a lot of ways to play Palmy. The 12 vil scout rush used to be a thing when scouts were cheaper, but that kind of stopped being a thing when scouts got a little more expensive. You couldn't afford stuff on Conti, for example, anymore.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. He got food blocked briefly. It didn't work out. Something with his start was weird. It's a big risk. Yeah, if you get the 455 click, Baltoon. But again, the if.
Start
It's
the
fine in
game
what the hell?
already.
It's fine in most situations though, most settings. Does anyone know what the point of these 2 daily point rooms is? I think someone I know joined the lobby and told me. That Microsoft Xbox, like the account thing, has a rewards program for playing games. So if you play games for enough time every day, you get these points. And I think what people found is AoE1 is literally the best way of getting those points, because if you're in a lobby, you're in quotes playing. which makes sense. I mean, we have called the game the lobby browser in the past, and so I think players are just some people have like created a community of people farming the points, and it's a lot of lobbies. It inflates the player numbers, so I don't know if I'm complaining. You know, if you're looking to buy the game and you see like, oh wow, there's like a lot of people playing right now for an old game, then you realize that 90% of those people are just sitting in a lobby. Not 90%, I don't know what the number is. Anyway, let's focus on the maps. Let's focus on the game. Palmy, I don't know if he's gonna love this map. His gazelle lure is even worse than it was before, and I think he lost his elephant. Yeah, his elephant was in the other map. Oh man, Andy's got a weird gazelle patch behind his TC. Are there even gazelle in there? Maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, his closest elephants are quite far away. If you look at that, and we'll see if he's okay with this Palmy start. I mean, he has another restart. Maybe he's just gonna blow it on this map as well and hope for a better map. But yeah, no restart for Conti, Baltoon. No restart for Conti is a big risk. That's a big, big risk. You never know. Maybe Ali will call a restart here. Let's check out his map as Romans. I mean, Romans can't really get a bad map. They're just so reliable. Usually you can get kind of screwed on Strags early game, and Romans just don't have that problem. They only need one. We'll probably see a second restart, but maybe MrMorec is feeling like he'll just play this one out. He might spot these elephants, which could change his perspective. If he spots them, it's good, but as he veers south through the hill here, looks like that's not super likely to happen. He's kind of struggled with his gazelle lure. The Vil count is even worse than it was before. Yeah, this is tricky for MrMorec. I mean, we're past 3 minutes, so no more restarts, of course. So he saves one for another game, and he's just going to play this. I mean, he restarted out of a better map into a worse one, so you have to look at that as a tactical error. But, I mean, whatever. Whatever. It happens. He finds the gazelle back here, which is worth a pit at some point. It's just not pushable to the edge. Yeah, a lot of Palmy love, a lot of Palmy hate. I think the Civ gets what it deserves. In some cases. Yeah, Alligator's just gonna have a great game, right? He's got the pit already. He's got plenty of food. He's got a really nice map. Safe stone. Wallable sides, like easily walled north, easily walled south, hill in the middle. Like, you can't really ask for much more. Morc still hunting for some elephants. Is Morc gonna even click up this game? It's dicey, to say the least. Dicey, to say the least. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this one for Morc. That restart, you have to look back at that restart and go, ugh, that's gotta feel bad. But we'll see how it impacts his mentality going into the series. I mean, maybe he wins this game and it boosts his confidence a ton. Like, even with a bad map, he's good, right? I mean, a lion lure, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. I'm not gonna complain about it. It's an extra bit of food. It helps him with the click. How's it going, Memo? Now, going to the extra berries is MrMorec. But he's gonna have to deal with a fast click for Rome. Yeah, 20 pop. He got like a 630. MrMorec not clicking until 7 minutes is pretty brutal. I mean, Alligator is still pushing Gazelle to his DC. He's gonna have so much food upon aging up, and he's got a Vil coming across the map. MrMorec does find that elephant though, which is huge for him. He really did need that. But there's a Vil in his face. There's a Vil in your face. There's a Vil in your base. You can't see it, but he's Mace. Get it? Because he can see you. Wow, I just busted a rhyme. And the Vil gets pounced on by the Palmyvilles. Absolutely demolished in one hit. I mean, we'll see half HP roaming around Moric's base, being chased by one Vil is all he'll need. He's got even the armor, so it's unlikely that Morc will lose a fight, and now maybe sending a Berryville north. Yeah, he's going to send a Berryville north to try and spot this. House scanning surely is going to be the case here to try and find this. Into the Lion. This could be huge. Simba has something to say about this game. This painter is potentially in trouble. He's in trouble. Lives with 2 HP. As 2 more elephants get pulled, and that's going to be really nice for Alligator, who beats out the line. And what? He's walling here? I guess he's walling in his Ville. I don't fully understand the value of that. Maybe I'll see it later as slingers come out for Morec, and we have slingers out for Allie. Allie going up to 3 racks early. I like this variation. 3 racks before the market is generally pretty nice when you had a high food map, and he even has more berries to use, so he can delay the market and get his sling mass up, then get the click later. Morec on 3 racks already, adding in the market already, going to be a little ahead in that. He's found his 3 elephants, later than you'd like as Palmy, but later is better than never, as looks like we see Alligator moving out across the map. Where is his Vil? He's just chilling. 2 HP. And we're going to have a bit of a scuffle here on the north side, as both players will meet. Morc will have the hill to back up to, so he should have the tactical advantage here, as well as having more slingers. And Morc caught with the right click, so Alligator was A-moving, catches him first. Now, Alligator has to retreat. Morc has the range upgrade already. Allie gets it as well. But Morc does have 2 more slings in this fight, although they're kind of far, so maybe there's some micro opportunity on this hill, get some good trades, then retreat again. We'll see. Nope, doesn't go for it. Allie is indeed making a Rax here in Morc's base. That 2 HP Vil coming in clutch. He's seen the world. As now we're having a skirmish here. Now it looks like the numbers are in favor of Alligator. Morc gonna have to retreat, even gonna lose a sling for that. Pretty sloppy stuff there. That's the second right click he got caught on instead of the A move. And at any point, Alligator could come through the middle. Like, Morc's pathing won't lead him here because of that wall. Maybe it was really smart. I mean, a house goes down there. And Morc's going to try and wrap around, go for those raids we saw him execute in the Oasis game of his last set. It was a really nice set if you didn't see it. He did some really tactical raids, though, and it put his opponent on edge the entire game. And Alligator's not walled behind this, so this is actually going to be kind of painful. Morc might not be able to manage that. Hold on, guys. I just realized I'm still logged into something. 1 second. I need to close a certain application. Okay, we're back. And the slingers will just go down. Not really a lot of value there. Did he kill a Vil even? He may have killed a Vil. Gonna keep running with the raid. Although, these buildings coming down now. Nothing really. I don't know what this accomplishes unless he's gonna invest in like Axeman. I'm not exactly sure the point of this. Alligator going to be in trouble now. He's going to pull his Vils, idling his economy. Meanwhile, another fight on the front is going to go in favor of Morec, who catches Allie on a right click finally, getting some luck of his own. As now the slingers in the back just going to still try and raid. Not really getting a lot of damage, though. Allie with nice splits, able to keep that pretty small. I mean, maybe if Alligator builds up to like 5 or 6 slings here, it could be good. Is he doing that, though? Like... No, he is. Oh, but he gives it away. The first slinger hits that Rax, and that's gonna reveal both the slinger and the barracks there. So Morec gonna see that. As now these 4 Vils on the wood line are all full HP, so these slingers aren't really a threat. But Morec holds the hill, pulls in more reinforcements, gonna be able to take a really good engagement here. Let's see if Alligator's paying attention. He is. He pulls back to his Rax. This hill is gonna be really good for Morec if he's able to hold it long term. But Morec also sending some slings to the south here. Just needs to kill this Vil, and the problem's basically solved. Let's see, Alligator. Yeah, Alligator's map is really good. It was very strong earlier as well. Like, really good food. He's relying on a house here, but he has plenty of time to react and wall behind if needed. But his map could get kind of tight if this wall goes down in some way. All of his woodlines are forward, right? So it could get tight in Bronze Age if Mork keeps map control. Ali adding that 4th Rax. Adding this farm count. We're up to 7 farms now for Ali. Mork has more Palmy farms than Alligator does. Mork has the Vil lead with Palmy. That's brutal. Mork is going to absolutely snowball this game if this continues. Alligator needs to do damage and fast, or this is going to be a disaster. You can't be behind in Vils against Palmy. 54 pop to 57 for Palmy. Yeah, this is like we're talking faster bronze, better bronze, bigger boom. Like his only positive side here going into like a Bronze Age transition is trying to knock out Palmy late game because their tech tree's a bit weak. But Roman don't have great tools against Palmy. I guess you could try to go cats. Maybe that's your trick with Rome. Cats and try and boom into Legion if Mork gives you that time. I've seen Mork boom with Palmy. It can sometimes be a bit meh, right? Um, but we'll see. I mean, maybe he's got some tricks up his sleeve. Maybe he's just a little more on point. Yeah, this is big. See, as now Mork even has Vils on the map, gathering these berries. It's nice also for map control later. Having Vils spread around the map is good defensively because it's harder to kill. I mean, you're a bit easier to raid, harder to defend your own base, but like if these slingers keep going around the north, these Vils will be safe for forever, basically. Could lead to maybe like some forward ranges, maybe a forward workshop in Bronze Age, because this game is definitely going late. I mean, Alligator's going to push out, and he's going to see that Mork has more slings, and then Mork's going to push out, and then he's going to see that Ali has more slings, and we're just going to kind of ping pong back and forth until players cancel for the bronze click, right? We'll see who ends up doing that first. It looks like Ali might be a bit closer to that cancel, but Mork has a bit more slings in queue. As Alligator going to try and navigate around the base of the hill. If he accidentally hits something, it looks like Mork might see this coming. Alligator might actually be able to get a good position here. This might be huge. Alligator running in. Now, the dangerous thing here is if you get walled in by Morek, don't you lose your whole army? Morek not going for the quick walls, though. Going to get a few Vil kills, which is going to neutralize, but still Palmy advantage. And we could see maybe a quick wall on the north here, and that'll trap these slingers in on the north side of his base. Maybe a wall up there would be nice for Morek long term as well. We just need to see a little wall there, and these slings are completely trapped. And that's going to be a huge pickup for Morek, as yeah, these houses are getting taken down. Looks like the forwardville died as well. And here's the wall for Morek. Gonna be in time. And this is a huge mistake for Alligator. I guess he got a few Vil kills, but he's gonna be feeling the pain in a moment because he's gonna kill these. I guess he's clicking bronze behind this, right? So yeah, bronze is on the way. I guess that's his game plan. But he better hope that this pays off in time because he's gonna have to use Cav to fight a superior mass of slings, like a lot of slings. This is an absolute wall up in the corner here. Mork maybe gonna check stats after this and see the golden come, and he's gonna know what's up, right? He's gonna know what's up. We should see some walls soon for Mork across the front of his base. If he stays open, that's gonna be maybe too much of an opportunity for Ali to raid him with some cav. Although the stables are pretty far back, right? The stables are not forwardly placed. Maybe we'll see one up here now, but yeah, not a lot of offensive opportunity for Alligator until he gets those cav all the way across the map, which could take some time. Mork, on the other hand, going to be looking to click bronze kind of soon. He could cancel and just click, right? He should just cancel all the slings and click up if he's housed this bad. But whatever. He's going to be moving across the map now. The slingers from Alligator just camping this hill. Second stable in the back here for Alligator. And there's the Bronze Age. We got wood upgrade coming from Mork, though. And then gold upgrade. So looks like he's considering that click. And this fight on the hill is definitely going to go in favor of Mork. And it's going to be a while. It's really going to be a long time before there's enough cav to fight this many slings. Like, I mean, you're going to need like 10 cav to fight, what is this, like 50 slingers? And your sling mass just got wiped again So this is looking really dicey here for Ali. He needs to wall this. Maybe he's thinking the cav are enough. Maybe if he strings the slings out. Ooh, the slings could get some Vil kills here. But that's not the problem. The problem is if the raids, he's going to send them north around for the raids. Maybe going to try and get the flank. But these could just run in. Does Ali have Wheel? Wheel's at 80%. He's going to queue up another wave of swordsmen. As Roman, that's not as bad of a play. He's going to have broadswords this time as well, so not repeating the mistakes of last game. But you can see the cav just getting absolutely melted. Only one slinger dying there. And now the slings are just going to camp the production. And it's going to be up to Ali to find out how to make this work. Because if he loses too many cav, then the slingers pay for themselves, right? And you really can't let Morc get away with this. But if you're Morc, you can't let Ali get away with such a greedy bronze. As now all the bronze units are going to go down shortly. Only one cav remains, and then still Morc with this massive mass. This fight was just too early. Morc pressing the issue, ignoring the slingers as they don't do enough damage. Going to run deep into the economy. This is going to leave him exposed to the pump as the melee units will pop out on top. But Morc will just stand and fight now. That gives that was nice for Ali. He got a lot of damage there on that mass. The Vils here able to survive because the Slingers came back around. Now, he does have Wheel as well defensively, so he should be able to avoid any further damage, but Morc has to be happy with the trade there, right? He killed so many units. Basically, he killed so many Bronze Age units well behind, right? That's about as good as you can ask for. Those could have been killing Vils, right? If Ali just had more slings, right? Or if Ali hadn't thrown his slings and then lost more here, right? But Ali, now idling his farms is brutal because he's just looking to start the boom. No government center yet, but he's completely idle. Adding in the armor upgrade will help a lot, actually, on these swordsmen, as the Vils on the gold also going to be idled. Ali out of gold, actually. Really awkward for him. Meanwhile, at home, Wheel on the way, some cav on the way as well. A nice little raid from that Rax is just one broadsword, though. Another one joins the fray, but it's not going to be enough to do much here. Armor and cav on the way. If this game transitions into cavalry, Palmy will have the advantage with camel, but I like how Alligator just opened up with the broadswords right away. And he's just going to run in now. With the armor upgrade, the broadswords have a lot more durability against the sling ball. And the slings will all die here, it seems. Yeah, the slings are all going to go down there. So decent damage from Morc's army. Decent damage for Morc, as there's a government center in just straight up the middle of the map for Ali, claiming this as his own. A broadsword strewn about, one at 2 HP. And now it's going to be broadsword mass against 2 TC. Well, with 2 TC behind it. As cavalry stream across the map. And some walls trying to go down. Morc's going to be able to stop this, though. Or just run past it. No, he will try and stop this. The Vils with wheels so fast, though. As these cav come across the map, and looks like this rack's finally going to get dealt with. Palmy economy is really sick. He adds in the government center, so the next bit of wood should be going to a TC or two. And I would say that this game is pretty even. 43 to 43 eco. Palmy with a big pop lead initially, but that's been basically neutralized. So the advantage has to lie a bit with Palmy going into this stage because of the eco bonus. This cav runs in, maybe just going to be a little nuisance. Get a Vil killer too. Yeah, Morc has a lot of options. We'll see what he ends up going for. As 2 more barracks come down in his base, that's really annoying. Really good Rax placement too. Like, Morc just isn't really able to feasibly defend a big wall here, and I like that Morc isn't trying to wall it, because it's just so expensive and your opponent's just going to kill it anyway. Yeah, Morc's going to try and attack here, even though there's a stone wall behind it, which means that this could be the green light for Alligator to reveal his hand, queue up a few units. Is he just trying to go iron, or is he trying to go tower defense? As Morc sends his units down to the south, going to try and deny the wall placements while popping through here. This is already walled, right? Oh, it's not. Well, it's double walled now. And we could even see medium wall from Alligator if he wants to be really toxic. Could be the case. I wouldn't be surprised if Morec adds a range in Siege if we see medium wall. As we have a slight massing again of Rax. And this is going to be annoying for Morec. Unless he leaves a defense force at home. This is just going to be really annoying to deal with, as we see a second town center for MrMorec. Maybe even a third soon. It's just going to be so tricky to deal with this. The Cav inside going to be killing the ranged units. And just being a general nuisance, as we do see the trigger pulled on the southern paint by Ali. Ali going to run in. There's a couple Cav to defend this, though. They'll easily mop this, as the Cav even have better armor and attack upgrades and nobility. So a couple vills could go down here, but MrMorec has plenty of Cav to deal with this. This also kind of gives away that there's paint in his base, as 2 run to the farms as well. Decent raid. Decent raid. I don't think he even killed a vill. Actually, no, 1 vill went down. 2 vills go down. A 3rd vill will likely go down right there. No? No? Nope, MrMorec wisely able to keep them all alive. And yeah, more broadswords coming across as the wall continues to get attacked. And actually, oh, I like how MrMorec's done this. And now he's got the slingers. I mean, they're low HP, but yep. Seville's with wheel, easily able to repair this. And he's just going to try and open this hole. It's going to be a long time. Really need the workshop if you're going to, like, bust through quickly. But not needing it. Ooh, got a lot of juicy Ville kills there on the gold mine. MrMorec, though, able to kind of keep up with the boom. 2 TC for both. Actually, a 3rd TC for Alligator has been placed. I don't know where. Here, offensively. Interesting. As we see some hoplites. Hoplites to attack, to defend against this. Kind of makes sense. Such high armor that they deal well with the broads. But the broads can mass, and if you don't get enough hoplites, the broadswords just kind of take good fights. Tower comes down. There's an opening in the wall, potentially. But no, it doesn't look likely. The slingers and the cab will be enough to deal with the tower. But these are Roman towers, so he doesn't really care about the cost. And Alligator doing a good job just buying himself some time as he raids again onto the farms. And MrMorec, now defending the gold after the previous raid, has to reroute his cab. And looks like Ali maybe going to reroute again. And MrMorec needs to find this paint and clear it up fast. Otherwise, this problem will just never stop, right? Ali's not going to stop unless you tell him it's useless. And this is definitely not useless. Keeping so many cab tied up in the base. Actually, wait, Ali's got to be a little bit careful. MrMorec might be not looking, so it looks like, yeah, he's going to get this wall tile up behind it. As now, an attack on the farms completely cleared up. Let's check ecos again. Palmy still with the Vill lead. I'm kind of surprised that Ali hasn't been able to, like, crawl back on the Vill count against Palmy, as a bit of a clapping happening here. That's fun to say. Well, looks like he's going to have enough slings and cav. In this little choke point, the cav are definitely going to dominate. And the town center gets spotted by MrMorec, so now he knows what's up finally. Cavalry. Somehow a broadsword on the north. Oh, that's that 2 HP guy from before. So the fight definitely goes in favor of MrMorec there. He's going to be able to keep applying pressure, and Alligator lost another Vill here. I don't know if he wants to keep sending Vills there. I think he needs to send army at some point. And actually, this wall tile is really low. And so is this one. We'll have to see if Ali properly identifies that there's 2 openings to his economy in about 2 seconds. And Cav are going to be much more dangerous than these broadsword raids, as MrMorec just going to take the fight against this this massive hoplites, massive broadswords. Hoplites coming to defend as well. I mean, Ali actually got a really good trade there because MrMorec's pathing didn't do him any favors, but with the hoplites here as well, he should be able to fight this. Another wave of cav comes out as well. Alligator, looking at his macro, could be thinking about iron soon. MrMorec, not really the same boat. It needs to go to his gold, but got pushed off. And this fight, Alligator did actually, no, Alligator messed up. This wall tile at 106 HP is an opening. There's a gap there. As another wave of broadswords comes around the back to buy himself more time. A group of Vills kind of in the middle of the map. Looks like some broadswords raided the middle as well. Missed that. As now, yeah, this is going to get cleaned up by MrMorec's army, surely. These hoplites are just going to be too much. Even with the attack speed, the hoplites just do so well. I like the transition for MrMorec, although it's got to be mostly defensive. The hoplite's going to be hard to move on the O, as, I mean, if he just attacks this wall tile, like, does no one see this? Is this just me? This wall tile is the opening. It's at 80 HP. And it's an opening into the base. We'll see. Another raid on the farms. Yeah, this is why walling is so good. But it's tough to wall this big open map for MrMorec. He's just going to be playing it open, letting the raids in, and dealing with them as they come. Ali might be in trouble in a second if he doesn't respond. As this paint gets cleaned, and MrMorec has got the eco to iron. And he clicks it. So he's going to go iron. I don't know what his plan is going to be. Maybe horse archers. It's probably likely. And he's in as well. He's in as well. On his way to iron and in the opponent's economy. Ali not quite able to click up just yet. These 4 cav are going to be so devastating in this economy. MrMorec is going to micro this till there's no end in sight. There are some broadswords there, but again, right when he clicks, he gets idled on a lot of his farms, and it's just so painful. As the paint finally gets cleared up for MrMorec, this has been a huge thorn in his side as more paint gets dropped in the top. This is too much for Bo5's brain. Can't blame him for not watching that. What do you mean? I mean, this has been going really well for MrMorec, as he seems to have firm control over everything that's happening, right? Like, there's these little annoying broadsword raids, which to me, the hardest thing about broadsword raids is seeing them. They're so tiny, right? Like, cav raids, you see them running around, they're fast, right? They're bright. Right, but broadswords are tiny little dudes, you know? They kind of blend in sometimes. Like, if they get the wrong color, if like green broadswords here, it's hard to see them. They kind of look like a tree. Looks like it's going to be some horse archer switch for MrMorec. I really like that play. I think horse archer is going to be the option. It's the only real choice that Ali has after that, once he gets iron himself, is going to be maybe, I don't know, like, it's going to have to be siege, right? And you're just going to have to out siege Palmy. Now, MrMorec has his squadron of hoplites finally doing something offensive. Could potentially come over to here. That's quite open. I think he's just going to be content to hit the wall, though, and force a reaction. As we are going to see that first wave of horse archers. This first pump is going to be huge. Wow. Lots of units. And honestly, does MrMorec have enough for heavy horse? Like, I don't think he'd do it, though. Do Palm even get heavy horse? I feel like they do. They do, right? Yeah. They do. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since I've played late game 1v1s. There's now... See more raids. These 4 cav still alive in Alligator's base, and this is just going to be so annoying. Like, losing some of your starting farms is so tilting. Like, your starting base going down, even though you have so much economy elsewhere, it's just annoying. And I like how Alligator's played it. He's taking these neutral golds. It's one of those, like, late game objectives that you need to do. If you notice, MrMorec only has 1 more gold mine. And the horse archers on the hill. Going to be able to easily hold against the broadswords. So we're probably going to see, once Ali hits iron, he's only halfway there, actually. I thought he would be closer. He's still only halfway to iron. These horse archer raids are going to be disgusting unless he's... Ooh, and a big raid on those farms. MrMorec does find it. And MrMorec's adding a TC on the north as well, sending some horse archers even to make sure that it's his, as he easily defends the hill against another longsword push, or broadsword push. Soon to be longsword. Leaving this gold open, though, it's going to be tough. Now, the broadswords going down to still the same group of hoplites, and big raid in the north there from MrMorec. He's got ballistics now, so these 8 horse archers are devastating. And we're going to see phalanx behind it as well. So phalanx to be the front line, horse archers to be the back line DPS. I mean, I say DPS as if phalanx don't have a lot of damage. The front here going down. Ali's in trouble. And these cav, by the way, are still alive in your base. It's just so tilting. And heavy horse archer on the way behind it as well. Oh my gosh, Palmy economy is just so good. Palmy economy is just so good. Alligator going to be queuing up some helis. Or some ballistas, sorry. Queuing up longsword and cats. Yeah, I think cats are kind of your only option. Cats and siege. You could try to do longsword legion spam, but I don't think Ali has the economy to really get away with that. as now we have that first Horse Archer mask coming across the map. Phalanx behind it. Heavy Horse on the way again. I mean, that's going to be tricky to deal with. Going to be tricky to deal with as the Siege going to try and hold. Get some nice good hits, but still no cat upgrade. Means that it'll go down fast without dealing much damage. And now if you're MrMorec, you have to find a way to break this. The hill is going to be nice. Wow, look at how fast he melts that workshop with the hill bonus. It's just going to sit here plinking away at the units. MrMorec feels like, I just feel like he's in firm control of this game. Some longsword raids just aren't accomplishing anything here. And Heavy Horse is going to be in just a second. And that's going to kind of spell doom. We might even see some catapults for MrMorec as he gets the stone upgrade. And 2 of the workshops going down that fast has got to be annoying if you're Allie, right? Like, you built them on the front of your base, and actually, it's about to be a gap in his wall, and I think Allie recognizes this and is going to try and wall behind, but the wall's already open. Boss? You're about to not feel so good. If that cav raid was hard for you to deal with. If that cav raid was hard, this is going to be even more difficult, and this might be the game ender here. As MrMorec secures more and more of the gold. There's another push in from some broadswords, longswords now on the south side of his base, but GG gets called. There's no way he's going to deal with the Heavy Horse in his base, and he calls GG. MrMorec up 2-0 in this best of 5. What a nice game. What a nice game. Yeah, think about that, guys. Yeah, he called restart on the first round, or on the first game here of the second game of the set. First hill country map he called restart, got a worse map and still won. He had a second berry. That's true. He had the second berry and he did find all 3 elephants. There were like 2 here and like 1 up there, and they were far. Like, these were far elephants, and he missed them like 3 or 4 times with his scout and still stayed with just the berry. He pulled them in Tool Age though, and that let him get 3 racks and the market fast, and he held this hill well. I think Alligator was a bit weak with the paint here. I feel like if you're gonna paint, what you need to do is like wall at home and then go all out. Like, if you're gonna paint your opponent, you have to make it full. He got caught with like only a few units here at a time, so reinforcements for MrMorec could just route to here and kill it. And he didn't have enough army to defend here, and so we saw that multiple times. MrMorec was able to run in and get so much value with the slings. Really, really nice games. Really nice games. Beautiful KD for MrMorec, kind of just outclassing. Really cool stuff. So let's talk about our next game here. Hello. Hi guys. Welcome everybody. We're going into game 3 of this best of 5. Let's talk about the draft real quick. Sorry, we can go back to that. Let's go back to our captain's mode and pull up our draft. So Palmy, it's Palmy's first time pick in the tournament. First win in the tournament, guys. Think about that. Beating out Roman. That's really tough there for Alligator. 2 of his top civs going down. Are we going to see on Oasis Karth, I guess? MrMorec probably going to pick up Persian here. Maybe Shang. He's got a lot of good picks for this map. You generally don't see
Yes.
Hittite on Oasis, but maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Sorry. Karth for Shang. Okay. Makes sense. Could have seen Persian from MrMorec, but he went with Shang. He kept Shang from game 2. I thought Shang would be his game 2. I was surprised by the Palmy pick. But let's see. Memo in chat here. I was trying to get him to co-cast, but I guess he's a busy boy. Zoo for Ollie. Well, let's see. MrMorec's map at the start here has decent gazelle, second gazelle. Ugh, not a beautiful map. He's got an elephant in front and a decent hill for slings, right? He's got a stone safe there, and he could rebuild his TC here, so he could kind of play this part of the map nicely if he builds forward. Meanwhile, at what? What? Well, I'm honestly, Rhino. Game 1 and 2 from this set were really good if you missed them, but there were no other sets today. This is our final quarterfinal. Decent as in more than Slinger Spam. I mean, the game that just ended was pretty hype, but it was a Slinger Spam to start. The first game just ended with Slingers, I believe. That's a good map, though. We'll see, though. We shall see. As MrMorec with Shang, very reliable Civ. Alligator. Letting these Gazelle come to his base, although he's just, oh, this map is so good. If MrMorec doesn't use his restart here, Alligator's just going to be swimming in food. That's probably a weird way to frame it. MrMorec. Man, that last game was so hype. I'm still like mentally recovering, you know? Gotta think about what to say. I mean, Shang versus Karth. Karth is a really reliable Civ, so should have a decent time, but Shang is also very reliable. So these Civs, we've seen a lot of Shang versus Karth in this tournament already. It's a nice matchup. Oh, Veritas, you're just showing up. You missed a crazy game 2. Definitely go back and watch game 2. That was really fun. Game 2 was a good game to watch. Yeah, he didn't do the fast pith start, which is kind of why you pick Karth on this map, right? Um, you double down on your strags really early, and you build the pit early. He did get a 4-minute pit, which isn't bad. It's just meh. Same time as Shang. Shang grabbing the first elephant as well. So MrMorec gonna be comfortable with his map, although it's not as good as Alley's. It's still a good map. I mean, 5 elephants. He's got the whole theme park lined up. Oh, MrMorec drops a Vil. Too late for the restart on that, but oof, that's a feels bad. That's a feels bad. Ouch. Indeed, Vertex. Ouch, indeed. That Vil just went, oh. Yeah, I think Alley had some trouble with the opening. It can be weird to play this map, right? Do you put 5 on berries or less? Like, I've seen some players talking about putting only 3 on berries with Karth to get like an earlier pit. And I think that's crazy, because you're potentially going to idle your TC for a moment. I was thinking about my stream last night. Don't ask why I said this. Or why I was thinking about this. I was thinking I want a button on my like desk. I want a button here. And it just plays whenever I push it, it plays one of the many death sounds in AoE1. You know all the you know those. I want to have those on command. I think people call them like stream decks for like a full one, but I don't need a lot. I just want one button, like a that was easy button, but it's just the Vil death sounds, and it like randomly does them. So there's like a bunch of Vil death sounds that you can pull from and just punch it. That's all I'm saying. Is I think that would be a good idea. Will we do it? Probably not. Do I want to? Yes. As we do see Alliesville coming across the map, gonna run into an Alligator of the land. A lion. As MrMorec pulls his second elephant. Although, actually, this is low HP. One too many hits, and this could be a problem. If he accidentally outruns here now, but MrMorec's so strong. He plays this really well, even after losing one Ville earlier. Able to get 2 elephants under your TC as Shang is enough. Is more than enough to get a good click. So Alligator's up on 20 pop. Got like a 6-minute click. MrMorec up on 20 pop got like at least a 6-minute click, maybe a little earlier. This is a really nice start for him. MrMorec going to be going defensive slings, as is kind of the standard. Allie maybe thinking about an aggressive play with this Ville. Generally, players don't like to send a Ville this early if you're gonna try defensive slings, just because you want all of your Vills working towards your economy, and this is expensive, right? The scouting information is useful if you can make use of it, right? But if you're defensive slings, you're not really gonna make use of scouting info for a long time, so you'd rather send it out like with a clubber or rely on like some artifacts you spotted early game. Alligator has got a nice setup, already up to 3 racks compared to just the 2. Third one coming down. Oh no, it's a market now for MrMorec. So I like how MrMorc's approach changes game to game. In the previous game, he went 3 racks, then the market. Here he's going to go for a faster upgrade on stone. And here it is, coming in now. So Alligator's going to be later to that, but MrMorec's going to be 2 racks. Actually, wait, what? I'm wrong. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong player. Yeah. Ali's going to be later to it, as he only has 3 racks. Market just now coming down. Looks like it shouldn't matter too much, as the zoo finally getting used. The first elephant getting pulled in. Going to be very nice for him. We're going to start to see the farm transition, maybe a bit of a TC delete, potentially, as we see 2 Vills running to the center. This would be the time, and Alligator's Ville is actually going to get spotted. Really nice. Really nice for MrMorec. He's going to spot this Ville and prevent any weird paint. This might make him panic a bit. Oh, the Ville lives. And we see the pit, so not a TC delete in full. As the Ville does go down, MrMorec going to now have to check. And he's going around the north, which is going to mean that actually Alligator could get a really nice positional advantage. This is actually huge. I mean, if you take a look at the minimap, MrMorec is streaming his slingers to the north. Sorry, he's streaming his slingers to the north. Meanwhile, Alligator's coming in from the south because it looks like there was a bit of confusion for MrMorec. So now MrMorec gonna have to deal with slings taking his hill. Alligator, does he have enough? He's got 6 slings on the hill now. And these slings for MrMorec not really accomplishing anything other than killing a lion or 2. The clubber not finding the economy of Allie. The artifact in the north gonna help MrMorec figure out where the economy is, and it's not where he thinks it is. So now MrMorec gonna have to react to this. I think he's just gonna commit these slingers to doing a full wraparound. Play defensive for now. And maybe try and retake the hill once his slingers distract at home. For Allie. But these things are gonna be tricky to remove from the hill. If Alligator just goes to the right, he'll get a Ville killer too. MrMorec playing a ballsy game here. His economy on either side of this hill. Alligator could just attack. This could get dicey. At any moment, this could get very dicey. Alligator wisely, though, keeping a few slings at home. His rally point is home. Let's check economy, see if anyone's falling behind. MrMorec, again, consistently in the series, is up 3 or 4 Vills at like this 20-minute mark, or 15-minute mark, wherever we're at. 13-minute mark, you know what I mean. Time. I love time. So now we've got 5 farms against 4 farms, so nothing out of the ordinary here, as both players still using natural food. Both players have the upgrade as well. MrMorec has more slings here. Allie, though, hitting the house. And Allie, if he could just stumble into Ville kills here. He could just accidentally kill Vills, and he does see it. And MrMorec's in a lot of trouble. This many Vills going, and he's going to lead him right to the wood line. MrMorec might have to retake the hill behind this. That's the only tactical advantage he could get from this. 1 Ville going down isn't the end of the world, and surprisingly, Allie not going to go for the wood line. As MrMorec sends all of his Vills, and now he's going to take back the hill. And at the same time, he's going to move in with 4 slings. Alligator should notice this pretty quickly. As Alligator trying something really weird, trying to wall off the entire side of this map here. Could catch him on like this choke point, I guess. But MrMorec could just attack this from the hill, so that's not really going to work. As these slingers are in on the stone, gets 1 Vil kill. The second one sure to follow. As he runs, leads him to the wood line. The farms won't be idled here, but 4 slings gonna do some damage. That Vil gets caught in the wood line in 1 HP in a dream. He does live on to tell the tale. MrMorec could move out. He's got enough slings. Maybe not enough to take the hill, but he's gonna try something. As now these slings in the back pulling more slingers of Alley, idling more and more economy. And here's the fight up the hill. MrMorec has more than enough numbers. Gets really good micro as well. Look at how many slingshots are missing. I don't know if the fidelity on like the stream is good enough. Actually, MrMorec's army not all fighting, but it still looks like it's going to be enough. He's got really good micro here. Just charging up the hill now. After this guy, Alligator with a really nice pull there, but there's just not enough numbers for Alley here. As the reinforcements stream in, Alligator loses a second hill. And then it's his base. Things looking dicey for Alley here in this game. He calls the GG. That's a 3-0 for MrMorec. Really, really, really clean.